3, 2, 1, go. Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
It's Friday, and that means it's time for MediaPlex Friday Live. I'm Zachary Balog.
I'm Ksenia Semenova.
I'm Pauline Bunyay.
And I'm Riley Shea.
And you are in for a half hour of news, views, commentary, and maybe a few laughs.
On today's show, we have our weekly Crime Stoppers report.
I visit the Mackinac Bridge.
We talk to Snow White.
And Weird News is back. I mean, why not? I'm back.
All this and more on MediaPlex Live. Crime Stoppers have been our community partners for over 10 years now, and we are glad to be associated with them. Constable Lauren Briscoe dropped by the studio last week for a chat. We are joined now by one of our longtime community partners, Crime Stoppers. Today in studio, we have Constable Lauren Briscoe. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Lauren, can you tell us a little bit about what Crime Stoppers is and what you guys do?
For sure. So Crime Stoppers is a local charity. What we are is we are a partnership between media, local law enforcement agencies, and the community. So anytime somebody in the community wants to submit information that they might see out there on the media, somebody wanted, they can submit that information to me. They remain anonymous, they'll get no court time, and they can earn a cash reward up to $2,000.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you guys have any special events coming up soon?
We actually do. We have October 26th, Saturday from 11 to 3 at Tecumseh Mall. We have an event called Broomstick and Brushes, and it's a fun family event just to raise some money towards Crime Stoppers, for Crime Stoppers, and also just for public awareness about Crime Stoppers and what we're all about.
Great. Why is Crime Stoppers important to the community?
Well, Crime Stoppers is very important to the community because we have some amazing stats even from 2024. So far in this year alone, we've assisted in 60 arrests. We've had 143 charges laid, recovered 6 weapons and over 165,000 in property, and seized 641,000 in drugs throughout Windsor and Essex County. So the stats show that using Crime Stoppers as a resource for the community members to submit information, it does work and it helps the community become stronger and safe.
That's amazing. So if somebody has a tip for you guys, how do they go about that? What do they do?
So if you have any information about an offense that has occurred or something that is about to occur, you can submit the information online at catchcrooks.com, or you can call us directly at 519-258-8477.
Awesome. So what's the favorite part of your job, do you think?
Oh, well, my favorite part of the job, it would probably be all the community events, doing community partnerships, getting out there, meeting people. I also really like to see behind the scenes. It was kind of when I started there that I got to see how successful Crime Stoppers is. So I always knew about Crime Stoppers being in law enforcement, but once I was actually in the position and got to see firsthand how these tips work and how they will get guns off the streets and big drug busts help with drug, because people don't always feel comfortable going right to the police. So that's why myself and my partner, we dress in plain clothes, we're approachable, and we just want to make it so that it's, it's just it's a great program. It's a great charity. Yeah.
That's awesome. And we're so happy that we can partner with you guys every year. It's so great. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Zach has the latest weather forecast for us. Give us good news, Zach.
Well, it's a chilly start this morning, but brisk conditions will lead into a very mild afternoon with full sunshine. And now your 3-day forecast. Saturday, sunny with a high of 19. Sunday, sunny and a high of 21. Monday, you guessed it, sunny with slightly warmer temperatures and a high of 23. That's this week's weather. Make sure to stick around because I talk big pumpkins and a combination of 2 of my favorite Weird News segments. That's coming up at the bottom of the show, so stay tuned.
Well, every day is a new opportunity to celebrate. So, Ksenia, what are we celebrating today?
Today is Friday and no beard day. It's an official day to go and shave the potential home of lice. Actually, in old times, like 100 years ago, it was one of the reasons for men to pursue having a hygiene day like that. And also, Gillette was one of the first mass market producers of the razors for men to shave their facial hair at home without need going to the barber. And I have a fun fact for you. Alexander the Great used to make their troops shave their beards because enemies would not grab onto them during the battle. It's a good thing today is no beer day because it's almost November.
Thanks, Xenia. So we're back in the studio. What does everybody think? How's it going so far? First show back.
I feel like this studio, with everything that goes on outside, like all the new stuff outside, this studio has not aged.
No, it feels comfortable. It feels good
It does.
to be back.
Feels familiar, and I love it.
What do you guys think?
I love this place and I'm here and it's good. And I like the weather forecast that Zach told us right now. Yeah, it's sunny weekend, so
Yeah.
coming is great.
A lot of things have happened since the last time that we were here, and I'm happy to be back.
Yes.
If you could be in any place in the world, like, where would you like to be? I would like to be in Norway, even if I don't like cold.
Really?
I wouldn't care.
I don't know. I think one of the Icelandic countries has no mosquitoes, right? I think
Yeah.
that's where I would like to be because I hate mosquitoes and I'm very allergic to them. Though this time of year they're gone.
God.
So good. I think Iceland has no mosquitoes.
What happens if a mosquito bites you?
I just swell up really big and it gets really
poor.
itchy,
Yeah.
and I hate them.
I thought that you would die.
No, I didn't. It's not that bad. But
No.
it's a fair assumption that I was allergic. But it just swells up really big. So I hate camping because I'm like covered in bites.
Oof.
It's terrible.
So where would you go, Zach?
Where would I go? Okay, I probably would go to Europe, south of France.
South of France?
So like
How
Nice.
fancy.
Nice, yes, dear, yes. I'll call you from my yacht when I'm down there.
France.
Honey, I'm joining you to the center.
Please, you're all welcome.
Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
No, but I think like I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, but Paris is overrated, and I think France has a little more to offer
Oh, I'm sure it
than
does.
Paris.
Just like everywhere, right?
Pretty much. So maybe Nice, Marseille, those places
Yes.
there.
Marseille.
Marseille.
beautiful.
Yes.
Cannes.
I don't like, how you call it,
Then you do
Marseille
the box
people? It's
I'll tell
Marseille.
you when.
Marseille.
Marseille?
Yes, Marseille. That's it.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's
I've only ever
it's
heard
ugly
people
and
say
dirty. I
Marseille.
didn't like it.
Yes.
Yes, I've been there.
It's down to
It's
zero.
just like a lot of ships
We'll do
are
it.
coming there, you know, like tourists and blah.
Touristy.
Yeah.
Dang tourists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay home.
I would better go to Italy.
Yes.
Yes, to
Yes.
go with you guys in some little Fiat through
Yes.
this
Take-
little
And
streets around
take the
cities.
cheesy picture of holding up the
The
Yes,
Tower
the
of
Tower.
Pisa.
Yes, honey.
The classic.
Yes.
Yes.
That
And we
would
do
be
it wrong.
Yeah, you gotta you do it on the wrong side or not close enough, not too far away, and then like we're not holding it up at all.
You're just pushing it down.
Just pushing it.
That would be the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
Best
I
souvenir.
think it would be a fun vacation if we take it all together.
Europe would be beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. After
It's on
France,
the,
we can
it's on
go
the
there.
list. What?
After
Ready.
France, we
After
can
France,
go
we
Yes,
can go
after
there.
France we can go there. We'll be right near
we'll
the
make
border,
a whole
darling.
itinerary,
Yeah.
right? And then where to next after that? Spain?
Spain, yes, can go to see my mom. Yeah.
Colombia.
Colombia.
And take a plane all the way down to Colombia. Yes.
And
That'd
then
be lovely.
back to Canada.
Back to
Because
Canada.
we have
Yeah.
some amazing
Lovely,
stats
yes.
even from 2024.
And now
so
where
for
we
instance,
find the money
this
for
year
this all?
alone,
I don't know where we
assisted
find the money for it,
Dave.
but it's nice to
It's
dream,
it's
isn't
called-
it?
Covered 6 weapons at over 165,000 in
Break out the
property,
blades as
seized
City Hall is getting back
641,000
into the
drugs
ice skating
throughout
business.
So the stats show that using Crime Stoppers as a
What's
way
going
as a
on at
resource
City
for the
Hall
community
today?
members to submit
Well,
information,
today
it
they're
does
continuing
work
the
and helps
construction on the
community,
outdoor
become
ice rink
stronger and safe.
project.
That's
On June
amazing.
10th of this year, City
So
Council
if
approved the
somebody
ice
has
rink
a tip for
project
you
with a
guys,
budget of
how do they go about that? What do they do?
So if you have any information about an offense that has
can't get it to
occurred or
stop.
something that is about to occur, you can submit the information online at catchcrooks.com or you can call us directly at 519-258-8477.
I don't know.
Awesome.
I have no idea. I kept-
What's the favorite part of your job, do you think?
Oh, well, my favorite part of the job, it would probably be all the community events, doing community partnerships, getting out there, meeting people. I also really like to see
Sorry, we
behind
have
the
some
scenes.
technical difficulties. Stand by.
I couldn't get it to
Oh,
stop.
there we go. Now I can't hear myself in stereo. That's better. I was hearing myself and then myself talking.
It's for the
in
people
past
who
tense.
lost about, like, didn't listen about the Crime
Yeah,
Stoppers.
now they can hear it again, right?
Yes,
they
it's
can
okay.
listen to it
Right.
again. Okay.
Because we have
I think we're getting back on track now because we really want to hear about the ice rinks.
clicked over here.
That's what we were doing.
So now to the right one, back to the ice rink.
Okay. Intro ice rink, Zach.
All right.
B1.
Break out the bingo. Break out the blades as City Hall is getting back into the ice skating business.
What's going on at City Hall today? Well, Today, they're continuing the construction on the outdoor ice rink project. On June 10th of this year, City Council approved the ice rink project with a budget of $15.5 million. The ice rink will also include washrooms and a water jet feature that will allow the island's use during the summer. Today, its construction seems to be moving along, and hopefully, if they keep up the pace, they'll be able to complete it before the winter time is over. For MediaPlex News, I'm Joseph Bedard.
Around Town is What's Poppin' Here is What's Poppin', a new segment from Owen Cahoot and Tate Beamer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Poppin'. I'm your host, Tate Beamer.
And I'm Owen Cahoot.
And we're here to tell you about what's trending. First of all, Mariah Carey, Queen of Christmas. She teased an album she recorded in 1990 but never released. Mariah Carey described it as a grunge album. Owen, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the fact that the queen of vocal flows and Christmas is doing something like grunge is kind of crazy to me. It's almost hard to conceive because she is so associated with Christmas and the holiday season that just thinking about grunge and the kind of bands that exist in that genre and how her styling would fuse is, again, unconceivable. I can't imagine how this is going to turn out. It's exciting because I think it will either be a train wreck or pretty decent.
I, for one, am super excited to see where this goes. Like you said, train wreck or massive success? It's going to be interesting to hear. After all, it's always fun to see your favorite artist. No.
What do you mean, no? She's not your favorite artist, Tate?
No, personally, as a big fan of grunge, I like a lot of other bands from that sphere. And to see her take on my favorite genre, while she may not be my favorite artist, this is definitely something that I'm looking forward to for the first time in a while in the music sphere.
Well, Tate, I know you're a big fan of the Amazon Prime Video series Invincible, so this is another thing to get excited about. That's right, fans of the hit superhero show have another season to expect, and this time there is no mid-season break. Tate, you had watched season 2 as it was premiering, and can you kind of go into how annoying that was? Because I luckily got to binge all of it because I got in a little bit later on the trend.
The mid-season break might have been the worst idea Amazon Prime has ever conceived. It was terrible as a viewer, logging in each week, and they never announced how long it was going to be gone off air. So eventually, people who were watching it week by week, like myself, just stopped checking. And by the time season 2 was finished, I didn't even realize it was off break. So the fact that they are not doing that this year is amazing news.
Well, I hope other fans have the same sentiment. Season 3 seems to be focusing on an undisclosed Viltrumite threat that Mark really might have to up his game to beat. A common trope in comic books, but it will probably be fun to watch nonetheless. And that concludes this episode of What's Popping. I've been Owen Cahoot.
And I've been Tate Beamer.
And you'll hear us next time, covering what's going on in pop culture today.
I'm sorry. Let me just... Mariah Carey possible grunge album.
It's What's Poppin'.
I feel like that's going to be like Taylor Swift releasing a gangster rap album.
Okay, and Laura Van Veen is the artistic director of our new radio dramas, Snow White and A Christmas Carol, and we had a chance to talk to her in studio.
Hello and welcome to Free Minutes with, today my guest is Laura Van Veen. We have a new course here in the MediaPlex, and it's radio drama, and Laura is teaching this course. Thank you. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
So first question is, tell me about your background in drama.
Absolutely. So I'm actually blessed to have had always a huge passion in being on stage and theater. And I'm actually a graduate of the St. Clair College Music Theater program from the inaugural year. I graduated in 2007. And since then, I've been performing and doing a lot of directing, actually, on both stage and in radio drama productions that you can hear on Audible or on Spotify.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What drew you to teach this course in radio drama?
Yeah, so I think that it's really important to be kind of keeping up with market trends. And with radio dramas are actually becoming like a really big market share with things like Audible and whatnot. And a lot of people are listening to their books now. So I think that having the skill set of being able to read script and be recorded is a really great thing. So I think it's important, and it's really great that St. Clair has brought on these kind of modern courses to reflect what the industry is in need of. So it's really inspiring to me to see people kind of going into what they could actually get employed in right off the hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
What plays are the students currently working on, and how's it going for them?
Cool. So we've got 2 different plays. The first one we have is A Christmas Carol. So Charles Dickens, classic. Everybody listens to it. Everyone knows it. It's a wonderful show. It's going really well. We've just cast the show and we started doing table read and rehearsals last week. We're also recording all of the sound Foley, which is a super fun experiment. And then we're also doing a Snow White adaptation. And it's kind of a classic take on Snow White. And we've got 4 little dwarves instead. Really fun. And it's fun to be doing that one to coincide as well with the release of Disney's Snow White, just to be able to see kind of the differences between 2 different avenues on the take on the script. Yeah.
Okay, last question is, what do you like the best about teaching this course?
Oh, I like the people. I love the facility. The students are awesome. They're having a lot of fun, and I'm seeing a lot of growth. I think that when you're teaching acting, you're not just teaching acting, but you're also teaching confidence, being able to get up in front of people and all of that, and just seeing the growth from day one in their confidence on getting up on stage and being able to record is really gratifying.
Thank you so much for joining me, Laura. Thank you all for watching. This is Alexis Avaji for MediaPlex News.
Well, Snow White dropped by to the studio, probably trying to get some quiet time away from those dwarves. I don't blame her. Let's listen.
I'm here with Morgan, who will be playing Snow White in the MediaPlex production of Snow White, which is super exciting for me because as somebody who enjoys animals, I now get to meet somebody who brought a whole bunch of woodland creatures to clean her house. Tell me about what this means to you, getting to play such a role.
So getting to be Snow White. We know Snow White as that damsel in distress character, but in this certain screenwrite, in this adaptation of this show and this character, she gets to be a lot more heroic and step into her own, and she learns this independence. So I'm looking forward to adding that kind of edge and the defiance that she gets into that role.
So have you gotten to portray a character like this before or do anything like this before?
See, I'm more backstage crew. Throughout high school, I was part of tech team. I was on the sound team and everything. So I've been the person that was wearing all black, bringing mic stands on and off of the stage, but never actually in a role where I'm acting. So this is something I'm really excited to do.
When will this be done with the whole production, and what part do you look forward to the most?
So the production will be done around Christmas time, and you'll be able to see it on Spotify and all other podcasting outlets and listen to the show. And the part I'm looking forward to most is, of course, portraying this role, and I also get to portray the dove, but I'm excited as well for the whole production side of it. So creating the album covers, creating all of our advertising material to get this word of this show out.
Which one of the dwarfs is your favorite? I have to know.
They all get some little funny side comments and stuff. I like Monty, he's the ringleader, so he definitely keeps the plot going. But Sam, I think he has a little crush on me as Snow White, so he's got a few lines in there that are definitely really funny and sweet.
Well, there you have it. Keep an eye out for the upcoming production of Snow White here at the MediaPlex.
Well, we've heard quite a bit about Snow White. Our section is doing A Christmas Carol, classic. I'm super excited. How's everybody feeling about our production of A Christmas Carol?
I'm so excited.
Amazing. I'm excited. I'm ready to go whenever they are.
Yes. Ksenia has to share her voice with us.
Yes. Third spirit.
That's her as the third spirit.
Not very good. The spirits are not very good for your vocal health.
No, they are.
No, sore throat.
But it's pretty menacing. I like it.
Yes, it's just inner voice, like mother's inner voice.
Yeah,
so it's okay. I'm used to it.
Do you talk to your kids like that?
Yes, sometimes. Like, dress up. We have no time.
Does it work?
Yeah. Sometimes it works. Yeah, often.
Often? Often.
I have one
often.
line after another. Like I have one character, and then I have the other character, and I'm not used to it, and I just keep in silence, and I'm like, and then everyone tells me like, "Hey, you should use your turn as well too," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I have to change my voice, and I'm like, "Ah."
Yeah, it's tricky having to change voices.
I have at least 4 different characters. I got Fred, I got young Scrooge, one of the businessmen, and Marley's ghost. So
Yes, you gotta perfect your ghost scream. Everybody's got about 3 or 4 roles because there's so many little parts too. But I get to be the narrator.
That's incredible.
Most
Tell
of all.
about this. How do you feel?
I'm really happy with it, actually. I didn't really know what I wanted to audition for. We had to audition. It was a whole nerve-wracking but good experience. And I auditioned for one of the spirits because I just thought, oh, well, somebody else is already auditioning for the narrator. I'll see what happens. But then I got cast as the narrator anyways. I've always been told I have a really good sort of like storytelling, narrating voice. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy.
I auditioned for Scrooge, but somehow I got young Scrooge.
Well, I think they liked your voice for Marley's ghost too, right?
Probably.
And you do a really good Marley's ghost.
And Fred.
And your Fred is really good.
Please, Uncle, what do you mean a humbug, Uncle?
You have a like it's like up a little bit higher than that usually. When you do it.
Humbug me.
Humbug.
I've never.
Douchebag.
Yeah. It's like and he's like humbug as in like I don't know. It's like
a scruff, like a
Laura
grunt.
was explaining that in all times it was kind of like insult or
an
something.
insult. Yeah, it could be an insult, and it's kind of like he's upset, like oh humbug, like oh this is terrible. Everything's like I don't want to deal with it, kind of. I think it's it's really associated with Christmas Carol because it's not surviving in a lot of other media, and we really don't use it. So it's usually like humbug. Is for Christmas. So if you call someone like somebody who doesn't like Christmas, you call them a humbug.
Windsor has a rich tradition in music and culture, and that's the topic of this week's Power Panel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MediaPlex panel. Today I'm joined with Owen and Luna, and we're going to be talking a little about music culture, how it's changed, how it's developed. Owen, could you start me off with a little bit about that?
Oh, well, one of the things I've seen change and develop, especially as a kid, was the whole advent of digital streaming with music. So many creators have been able to produce the music they want to because of just an ease in technology. Like GarageBand is basically a pocketable studio on an iPhone, and when partnered with an iPad, it gets even better. So seeing how many people can create and the variety of creatives out there for music has been awesome to see, and it's led to honestly a really good variety of music being generated in these last couple of years.
Luna, do you have anything to add for yourself?
First, thank you to having me today in this show. I'm very happy. Of course, I'm Iraqi, so Iraqi music, it started like since maybe before 1,000 year, and especially with guitar. They start with guitar and with oud, like we have music. It's called oud. So that's mean for us. It's very, very big, and a lot of people now, this generation, they wanna follow the old generation, to hear about the music very deep, and even in the same time they want to learn, because music, they have to go with to guide someone. It's very good, now a lot of people, they go to very like a high music, bop and stuff. I'm not like avoid them, no, I'm with them, but the generation is different.
It's really interesting to hear how different cultures have different takes on musical formula. Could you, if you were to introduce someone to Iraqi music, which era would you recommend? Like, which years would you recommend to check from?
We have Nasir Shamma. His name Nasir Shamma. He is Iraqi. He's play oud. So he is the famous musician in Iraq. So now a lot of people, they go to his concert, and his concert at least 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Wow.
So yeah, he is very, very famous, and thanks God he has now a school, and he teach a lot of people to how it's going to be start to be music.
That is awesome.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love it.
Owen, do you have anything to add? What's your favorite era for music?
Honestly, I've been diving into like 60s jazz recently. It has been the perfect music to put on and just study to or write an article to. It can be used perfectly as background noise, but also just listening and relaxing. That's kind of the vibe it gives me.
Well, thank you both for joining me, and thank you all for watching. This has been MediaPlex News. I'm Tate Beamer, joined by Luna and Owen, and we'll catch you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Zach is back with a Did You Know? This time he traveled to the Mackinac Bridge. I hope I pronounced it well.
Yes.
The Mackinac Bridge is a 5-mile suspension bridge located right about here between the cities of St. Ignace and Mackinac City, Michigan. According to MackinacBridge.org, the idea for a crossing came when a proposed ferry service failed, and it wasn't until the Brooklyn Bridge was built that the hopes of constructing a bridge across the straits came alive. Following the failure of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, David B. Steinman was brought on as the designer, and in 1957, the bridge opened to traffic. Now, it was considered the longest suspension bridge in the world until the opening of the Akashikikyo Bridge in Japan in 1998, though it is still considered the longest suspension bridge in the Western Hemisphere.
All right, Chelsea's getting ahead of us.
Every Labor Day, the bridge is open to pedestrians for the annual Mackinac Bridge Walk. The walk is usually led by the governor of Michigan for the first trip. According to MackinacCity.com, in an average year, 40,000 to 65,000 people participate in the 5-mile hike. In St. Louis, Michigan, visitors get to see a smaller version of the bridge. Though built on private property, it is still available for the public to view and take pictures and video. For the MediaPlex, I'm Zachary Ballog. All right, if you have not gotten a chance to visit the Mackinac Bridge, that's one of the places I highly suggest you visit, as well as UP. Rogues Comics is one of our neighbors here downtown, and Anthony Jabor dropped by for a visit and a chat.
Today I'm with the owner of Rogues Gallery Comics in downtown Windsor.
So what has it been like to be a small business in Windsor, and what do you think of the environment for small businesses in the city?
We happen to have a very large, it's a big comic book community here. We have a bizarre concentration of not only comic book fans, but comic book creators. We have a handful of comic authors and illustrators who are among the very top in the industry. So it's a very fertile area specifically for a comic book retailer.
What do you like about the comic book fan base?
We think of the store and the people that come here as a community. The best thing about the people that come here is that everyone is really accepting of who everyone really is. You know, there's no judgment. We have all kinds of people who come here from all ages, all genders, all orientations, and there's never any butting of heads among everyone.
Halloween is right around the corner. Does your store have any events coming up?
The next thing coming up is called Halloween Comic Fest. So it's a thing where publishers provide special Halloween printings of comic books that are really age appropriate for all audiences, and it's a different option for people can offer kids that come around trick-or-treating comic books instead of just candy.
That sounds awesome. Do you think it will have a good turnout?
It always does. We always end up with lots of parents that the one time a year that we always see them is coming up to Halloween time. They get to the point where all the kids that come out to their homes every year show up expecting there to be comic books now. So every year they show up here expecting us to have those comics.
Thank you for your time. For the MediaPlex Examiner, I'm Anthony Jabor.
As always, it's time for Zach to bring us the latest in all things weird. Take it away, Zach.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to get weird. Time for Weird News. I like big pumpkins, and I cannot lie. I don't know who wrote that, but a horticulture teacher remained the champion for an annual pumpkin weighing contest in Minnesota, don't you know? Travis Geiger of Anoka beat his competitor with a pumpkin weighing 2.7 kilograms. He said that as he has done in the past and focused on having a healthy soil, and well-fed plants, but that a cold fall with record-breaking rain likely impacted his pumpkin's growth. His next stop will be in Southern California, where a team of professional carvers will do a 3D carve on it at a Halloween event. Fascinating. If you haven't seen the pictures of this, make sure to check it out because it's gorgeous. Let's head to the... Shake your head at me. Let's head north for the weirdest news story out of the Great White North. Stories that'll make you say, "Oh, Canada." Well, are you ready for Florida Man meets Oh, Canada? Well, a mailboat rescuers rescued a Florida man who allegedly tried to swim across the Detroit River. Buddy, wrong peninsula. The J.W. Westcott crew was notified about a person who was swimming across the Detroit River from Windsor. Don't make this our fault. Around 11 p.m., the dockhand James Sharp spotted a man swimming inside a life ring that had been thrown to him by someone on shore, according to the J.W. Westcott Company. After rescuing the man from the water, he told crew members that he was an American citizen from Florida and was attempting to get back to the U.S. The man was cold, but allegedly did not have any physical injuries. Well, that is the weirdness of the week. You can't make this stuff up. And now, time for your weekly dad joke. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent.
Thank you, Zach, and thank you for tuning in.
You've been listening to MediaPlex Live.
On today's show, we've had contributions from
Lauren Briscoe,
Joseph Bedard,
Owen Cahoot,
Tate Beamer,
Lauren Van Veen,
Haley Treelout,
Morgan Balarjan,
Luna Almodro,
Alexi Silvagi,
Anthony Jabor,
and Jackson Bondi.
I'm Riley Shea.
I'm Pauline Munier. I'm Ksenia Semenova.
And I'm Zach Belloc.
See you next week.
That was easy.